Let's go take a look, boys.
He was like really crazy.
Misogyny? No, it's called realism. It's called the reality. You're acting like, and I called you out for acting like.
Because obviously we know it exists in our society, but
Oh, here we go. Misogyny.
to see it so rampant and like full force and just like unapologetically there,
Yes, because men are insufferable. I don't really get what you guys call it. Some of you guys call it being realistic about female nature. Others of you call it misogyny. I don't give a what you label it. But we're waking up and I'm the alarm clock. These women are out of control. Okay, so somebody sent this in here. Let's see what dumb Jasleen Singh, aka the biggest ever, who I ended her podcasting career. Let's see what she's got to say.
Obviously, Myron does what he does, and then the incels do what they do.
Of course. They always call it incels when dudes call out females for being poorly behaved, like this girl right here. Ruined her husband's.
Yeah, they call these people incels when you don't bend the knee to women. They use like a shaming tactic because you choose not to bend the knee to females, you know? And he's a cock. I'm pretty sure he's the one who's an incel. Or he gotta literally venerate women to get some action. So the real incel, he's closer to an incel than people who doesn't cater to women. So you can already tell he's a bitch.
Credibility. Let's see what she says in response.
A question, because I've never gotten to ask somebody who was really on the receiving end of the internet in that to that
Because nobody knows who you are.
scale,
yeah.
like you were. How did you feel?
I remember because you asked me this.
How'd you feel for saying a whole bunch of stupid shit that you didn't have to say and embarrassing your husband in the process? Jasleen Singh went off on Myron Gaines in her podcast return, claiming he's just mad because her husband Akash humbled him on Flagrant 5 years ago. Deep down, it really embarrassed, humiliated, and emasculated him. He had a score to settle, and instead of doing it like a man, he did it like a little bitch and came at me. No. It's because your husband tried to lecture me on women, not knowing that he had a wife. So it's not you in particular that I went after because it's you. It's because your husband said a whole bunch of dumb shit while wifing you. That's
a good point. And really, Myron didn't do anything. He just put forward what was already out there. You know, so there's literally absolutely no reason to blame Myron for anything. He only put out there he only showed what was already out there, you know? So you really have to be hypocritical to blame him for all that shit when you were the one running and screaming out loud with pride what you did, you know? Disrespecting your husband. You're the one who's filming. You know, it wasn't Myron with the camera filming the shit that's going on between you two. You know, you're the one who was filming. So why are you mad at him for? You're the one who put that out of that out there. You're the one who was proud, screaming to the world that you're a whore. Because that's what you are. You are married women, and you're talking about your sexual past while lying that you didn't have one. And now because Myron called you out on it, you're doubling down and saying that you had no sexual experience before your marriage. You're full of shit. From the beginning to the end, you're full of shit. And you deserve everything that's coming your way.
What's the difference, dummy? He was trying to sit there and dispense advice from a position as if he knows what he's talking about when he doesn't. He tried to tell me how to navigate the dating marketplace. Meanwhile, he married you, who is a red flag that I warn men about all the time. So he proved me right. The exact type of woman I warn men to stay away from is precisely who he married, which is you.
And you know what's kind of fucked up in my opinion is that Akash, he's a bulging eye little gremlin. You know, he's a midget, super ugly with bulging eye, lecturing people on relationships. You know, how do you have the audacity to lecture people when you can't manage? First of all, you're super ugly, but you have the audacity to lecture people on how to navigate their relationship when you don't even know what's going on and you're inside your house. That's, I mean, the audacity of that dude. It's kind of mind-blowing.
And I didn't have to say a word. You know what the crazy part is? I didn't have to say a word. She did it for me. She said all the dumb shit herself. I mean, do I need to remind you here?
This question, like, what is it like to look at like think pieces and people analyzing your marriage and your personality? It feels weird and it feels surreal because you're like,
how does it feel weird? Like, you're the one who put it out there. That's what that I can comprehend, and she's in so much denial. She doesn't live in reality. You're the one who put it out there. You put it out there for what? When you're putting things publicly, it's for people to react to it. So how is it weird? That was your aim.
like, but you don't know me. You don't know anything about
Okay.
me. You've never talked to me. Like, you're taking the intention of
All right. I don't know you. But let's see what you got to say in your own words then.
My preference is not my women. Now, I thought it was I'm not dating my women, period, which is the corniest human being outside of a criminal to me, period.
Akash only dates brown.
Yeah,
Akash has been with one girl in his life who is his wife.
That's my wife. That's an
So
Indian
this
woman that
is
was
like
important to
loyal
me.
through and through.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college.
I
So
was popping my
living my best life in these white boy frat houses.
I'm actively trying to have an orgy because, and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you see him. His body.
Honestly, guys, every time that I'm hearing her speak, I'm dying inside. You know, I'm literally like, I can't handle it. Now the words are blurred out, but when you're hearing her speak like all those dirty things, man, it's so hard like to listen to, you know. It's disgusting. It's literally disgusting, you know. Imagine marrying that thing.
Body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband. I just know that Nav's is like at least 10 inches. Okay, I have two stories. So one time, it's like at least 10 inches. Okay, I have two stories. So one time I met this guy on Tinder and I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over, like not really wanting to hook up. And I like woke up in the morning and like my was a little sore.
I don't got to say a word.
You don't have to say a word, but here's the thing. She's backtracking out of it, you know? She was super happy with her girlfriend on that podcast, you know, just being outrageous, you know, just talking like dirty, you know, it's like dirty talk. And she was proud of it, and now like she's backtracking. Why are you backtracking? You were so proud back then. Why are you backtracking now? Saying it's all fake, it's just jokes or whatever.
This is another perfect example of women not taking accountability. I didn't have to say a word. I just bided my time. Your stupid husband made those dumb comments trying to tell us about women. Meanwhile, he married like you.
Bombocat!
This is you. Did I put a gun to your head and tell you to say all this stupid shit? No. Did I tell you to embarrass your husband after he made these dumb comments? No. That was all you.
And I remember that he what kind of do you watch when you use a vibrator?
Okay, not gonna lie, I don't watch using a vibrator. What? I just think my imagination is vibration enough.
What?
I'm just thinking of like my own husband while I'm like doing it.
Wait, that's kind of baller.
Here's the thing.
But I could never do that.
Yeah. Because Akash is a loser. That's why. Your own wife is admitting that when she uses a vibrator, she doesn't think of you, nigga.
Yeah.
And so I was using you and your husband split finances, and I'm gonna be really
I don't.
We don't.
We don't.
We don't.
First
And-
of all, that's a red flag. I'm not like, no joke. I love you girls. If you want to work, all for that, whatever. But like any man that doesn't want, that's his money.
Wondering how I ended up in this situation.
What I find corny is my preference is not my women. Now, I thought it was I'm not dating my women, period, which is the corniest human being outside of a criminal to me, period.
Sorry. Yeah, he himself up right there. I didn't do.
The corniest human being outside of a criminal, it's somebody who doesn't really like to date their own race. Is he serious? Is that like serious what he's saying? He's only saying that because he feels so much rage. He was feeling so much rage in that moment that he had to voice out loud his disgust for what Myron was saying. And I'm not sure why he was disgusted by it. If you ask women in general, they have no problem saying how much they hate dating their own race. It's like common for them to say it out loud. They feel the need to scream it out loud. Oh, if it's an Asian woman, they have no shame saying that they don't like to date Asian boys. You know, they often say, "Oh, it feels like family. It feels like family." Nobody gives them shit for it. You know, if it's Arab women, they're gonna say, "Oh, I don't like to date Arab men. They are too controlling. They're too this or they're too that." You know, if it's a white women, they're gonna say, "Oh, white men are too much of. They are too sissies. You know, they're too meek or whatever." If it's South Asian, they're gonna say the same thing as the Asian. Oh, it feels like they feel like family, you know. But nobody gives them shit for it, you know. It's like common knowledge and everybody accept it and everybody shut the fuck up. But when Myron says, "Oh, I don't date black guys," yo, the dude feels so much rage like boiling inside of him. I mean, it's kind of weird, you know. It's crazy. Anyways, let's continue.
Do shit, but anyway, and then here he is cooking himself again.
Yeah, different. My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect.
Yeah, okay, bro. She didn't have no sexual partners before you. Okay.
A lot more.
Let me ask you this:
wow.
do you believe her?
Yeah, even these niggas are like, "Come on, bro."
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe. Yeah. I remember I was just like, "What?" But she was like, she was 22, I was 31. There was an age gap.
Sometimes I get.
Yeah, this dude is. See, bro, this is the problem. See, and this is why, like, you know, documentaries like Inside the Manosphere, like Akash, losers like his wife, like people like me are needed. I need to come in and knock some sense into you.
Welcome, punch!
Because women will deceive you if they can, as you guys can see here. This really thought this was a virgin. Dumb. Oh, you're a virgin?
Thank you, come again.
You're a virgin? Let's get married.
Thank you, come again.
Dumb Jeet, bro. And he married a female Jeet.
Thank you, come again.
Incredible. Incredible, bro. Nigga.
We're ending the video. Making shaming women great again. Like, as I said, there needs to be a cultural shift. There is not enough in the universe to properly react to Akash wife clips. If a female shames or criticizes a man for any reason, no one says shit. As soon as a man criticizes a female, it's, "Oh, you hate females, misogyny." That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's a shaming tactic, you know, to shut us up. Every time we want to point a finger in a direction and just point out the obvious, honestly. You know, because men can take a lot of shit before they speak up. But when we finally do, women are good to just gather together and start to shame men just for them to shut the fuck up. Because they don't want to be held accountable. You know, they really have like a harpy mentality where they're just gonna gather together and like poke fun, shame you, degrade you for your beliefs, you know? And your beliefs only emerge as a result of taking so much shit until you can take it anymore, you know? So as I said, there needs to be a revolution, there needs to be a cultural shift where we put women in place. If it doesn't happen, I mean, society will still collapse rapidly. Anyways, boys, this will be it for this video.